Okay, now yesterday on the show, we spent a big part of the day talking about how important it is for boys to have a good dad and good role models and things like that. But we're all about balance on the show, so today we're going to talk about the other part of the parental equation. That's mothers, mums. And who other than to chat to than my mum. She's the one, a.k.a. Sue. Mum, nice to see you. Welcome to that. What do you think? The live podcast, your first time in?
It is. Yes, that's scary. I mean, it feels the same.
But that's live. You're live.
I know.
The entire nation's watching and listening.
I know.
Does it feel a bit scary? I don't want to frighten you in any way.
No.
Anyway, you're up nice and early this morning. Well done. Now, we live together. Have done for how long has it been?
15 months.
You say you've got it down pat, you know. But that works both. But do you think it works? I mean, I came in initially because I, obviously broke up with marriage and I came just to bunk down with you for a bit. But I'm still there. Made myself quite comfortable. Do I help you as well? Is it helpful to have,
Yes. Oh, it's lifted my spirits a lot, actually. And I mean, we're like ships in the night. We come and we go, and you do your thing, I do my thing. But no, it's nice. I'm enjoying it. It's a busy life. I mean, I have, I do my own thing, and I'm busy. But it's family come and go.
What about retirement homes?
No.
Sorry, I was a bit confused. Was that a no?
It was a no. Like my mother used to say, no.
Yes. Now, why is it such a no? I mean, how old? You're 77.
I am.
Yep, and you look amazing, and you're still
Thanks,
fit, and I'm really proud of you. You do amazing things. You get out there, you're social, and you like a drink or two. Anyway, all those things. But at some stage, people say to me, "Oh, was your mum at a retirement home stage yet?" People say to me around here, I said, "No, I don't." She hates the idea of it. Why is that?
Well, I guess if you're in a situation, and of course I am on my own, so to speak.
Well, there's me there.
Yeah, but you wouldn't come along with me to the retirement home, would you?
I wouldn't be a plus one, no.
No, exactly.
No. Shivers, no.
There's no reason for me to go in at this stage.
No.
If there was a reason, health-wise or whatever, but I would like to think because I'm where I am, in the apartment, there is facilities there, having the extra bedroom, the extra bathroom for somebody to come along and care for me there.
Yeah.
But over the past year, I've had 5 lots of my friends that have gone with their husbands, and it's been the husbands that have been unwell, and only one of the wives.
Did the women want to go into the rest homes, the retirement homes?
Pardon?
Did the women want to go into the retirement homes?
Well, actually, yes, they did. Yes, they did. One in particular, because she's a great organiser and she's into everything.
Right.
She's into everything. And, of course, there's care there for her husband so he can be looked after while she's doing everything.
And so you've been in to see them in there?
Oh, yes, I've seen them all.
And your thoughts? Could you join them?
No.
Okay.
No, I just, as soon as I walk in the door, I'm not going to name the names because they're very large. They're in good areas of Auckland.
Who's large? You mean the retirement homes?
The retirement home. I mean, they've got 500 or 600 people in
it's huge.
in apartments, and then they've got the villas. So when you drive in, and there's the big fountain as you drive in the driveway, of course, and then all of a sudden you see people on walkers and sticks and masks, and they think you're
thinking these people are old.
Yes.
And you don't want to join them?
Yes, and of course I'm skippity hopping in there, and I think,
no, you're deluded.
And
then these old people, they're the same age as me.
And then in this particular one, and I won't mention any names at all, we go in, it's a very grand entrance and up in the lift, and they're very, very narrow corridors, and you weave in and out like a snake. They've got names on the doors, like Sue and Grant or Duncan and
those names will change every now and then.
Whatever. And then all of a sudden on this side you'll see single names, which are people who are on their own. I thought, well, what happens if one drops off, the name drops off? What
happens when they die? They change the name on the front door.
Yeah. That's right. That's what I mean. But when you get into the apartment, the outlooks are nice and all the lovely things around.
But what would it take to go into a retirement home? What does it take? What needs to happen to you for it to go into? Because I'm at home, I can look after you.
Well, that's right. Would you? Would you look after me?
You brought me up.
Of course you would. Well, you and I have been looking after each other the last 15 months.
I'll shove you in the corner with a blanket.
Yeah.
Here's the Olympics the next 2 weeks.
but the thing is, if I came to a stage where I was in La La Land and had dementia or something, I mean, I wouldn't know where you were going to put me. So perhaps I'd just go into a care place or something. but they're not too flash.
But do you think it's the next stage to death, the next step towards death, do you?
Well, I do. When I walked in the door there, funnily enough, this very dear friend of mine said to me, "Oh, look, I'll just show you where everything is out the window." So, of course, there were all the apartments. Oh, yes, that was all very nice. And the villas down below. And then she said, "Oh, see that building down there? That's the first building for the care. And such goes on. And then over there is the serviced care. And then over there is you know what."
The morgue.
And I thought, right, that's it for me.
Yeah.
And that just sort of
turned
almost...
you off it, did it?
It just turned it right off me. It made me quiver. It made me quiver because I think if you go in the front door, this is it.
There's no going out the
almost
back.
shut down to a point, you know.
And this is what people have said to me on my comments this morning, which is once they went in there, they lost their spirit, they lost their fight,
Yes,
they lost their independence.
This is right.
Someone also said, Duncan, bring in Duncan's third form report, Mrs. Garner. Let's have a read. Maybe not the third form one. It wouldn't be one of the better ones.
Which one? Be fifth form? Which
I don't know if you want to go for any of them. It's a bit of a lottery.
Oh, I know where some of them are.
No, I do too. We don't want to do this.
No.
Because some of them are okay. Some of them are quite poor. Some of them are a bit disruptive. Weren't they?
So what is that in relationship to what you were talking about?
Oh, no, just some feedback that's coming in. Duncan, love your mum. She loves her life the way it is. Doesn't want it to change. Cheer Duncan's mum. Your mum looks amazing at 77. I'm just giving you some nice ups here, mum. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think that you know in our Pākehā world, you know, that we send our parents off to these retirement homes, we're all individual economic units. In other societies and cultures, they have their parents at home and they look after them. They have them in their home. They have 2 or 3 generations within the house.
Yes.
But we don't. Do you think it's a weakness?
I think it is a weakness. I think people, they don't have a lot of empathy, and I don't think they have the tolerance to do that. Though I can recall, you know, when my dad's mum, you know, we used to go and she stayed in her, this is down in Wellington, her little flat.
I went there.
Yes,
Been there a number of times.
for a long time, and we visited her regularly. And then she got sick and she went into hospital and she died. But I was talking to a friend of mine in Wellington the other night, and she had me in stitches because she's totally in denial about retirement villages, totally, and she's still in
more than you? About the same?
Oh, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
But she's still in her big house in Wellington.
Yeah.
And she's reticent to sell it. And she said, look, she said, Sue, down here, she said, nobody's allowed to get into a conversation about artificial knees, hearing aids or retirement homes. It's absolutely banned.
Right.
So if anybody starts talking about it, in fact, they don't invite them if they're going to talk about those sort of things.
Yeah.
Because they're more focused on what they can do now while they can.
I just wonder though. We say, you know, our parents look after us, and then we shove them into, you know, retirement home like Auntie May. We did with Auntie May, and then they just sort of.
Well,
yes,
but she was quite unwell though.
Yeah, I know, but I just think that do we think about it as much? Do we think about, well, let's modify the house that we have and let's look after you from there?
Some people do that, don't they?
But isn't that better than sort of potentially a lonely sort of demise? I don't know.
But, well, I think if somebody has got dementia or Alzheimer's, that's different because that's different nursing cares, I suppose. But as far as I'm concerned, no. I don't think about it, though. I don't think about getting old.
But do you think you're old? Do you think that 77 is old?
No. Well, no. I never think that I'm old. I don't think old. I'm always busy in my mind. I'm always trying to do something to keep busy in my mind and try to keep up with all this sort of stuff, which is pretty hard.
No, you're really dignified, and to me, you're dignified, and I'm proud of you, and you have a young person's outlook.
Yes.
If you didn't, I'd hold you to account for that.
Yeah,
you're not an old fuddy-duddy, that's what I'm saying.
No. Well, no, I wouldn't. No. Whereas you can see some people my age, and they
are they?
And they are.
Don't be nasty.
And they are possibly not. You know, they just perhaps old in their minds. Yeah, I think it's very sad.
Do you have an age that you'd like to live to?
Pardon?
Do you have an age that you'd like to live to?
Well, yes, I've told you before, 94.
You're going to be around that long?
Auntie Hazel, great Aunt Hazel, lived till 94, and all she had was arthritis, but she was as sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
You remember her? You used to go and visit her every Sunday.
I reckon age is a funny thing, because I woke up one day and suddenly I was 50. When did that happen?
Yes.
I don't believe I'm 50. I feel it some days.
Yes, I think we all. I mean, I feel sometimes that certain things I go to do, I move a bit slower, or something gives me a nudge, and they say, just slow down a bit. You can't do what you used to do.
No, you can't. No, and I've told you that. I've told you when you look tired, and you need to sort of sometimes.
Well, you'll be the same too.
Yep, I know, but this is about you. You don't need to do everything that you're doing all the time, racing around. Just slow at times.
Because I enjoy putting my feet up and watching.
Seen that.
You
stay up too late.
Sport, and I do stay up too late.
Yeah.
But.
And you're always on your phone at nights now too, just like a young person.
Are you metering the hour? I'm listening to my music because I love my music, you see.
Okay.
So I put my earphones in and I listen to all my music. I adore it.
And before I wrap things up, your take on the state of New Zealand today, because you've been around a long time, you've seen it. How do you think we're doing?
Well, I think it's very sad. I think we were brought up, and I'm one of 4, as you know, in a very strict household, but it had parameters, and it was easy. Everything was easy. We didn't have a lot. Came from a middle class family, hardworking family. Then we got, our life was good, and I believe your children, bringing you children up was much easier. Playing in the cul-de-sac and simple things.
Life, yeah.
It was I think the cell phones have, done a lot of damage. I mean, they're the handy tool for what they are there for. So
yeah, but they've taken over their lives.
So they've taken over our lives, and I just think the place is a mess. Yeah, it is. But what do we do about it?
Yep. Well, you keep getting up every day and having the best life you possibly can.
Yes, exactly.
Which is what you do. So
yes.
Good on you, Mum.
Right.
Nice to have you in.
Well, thank you for having me.
We'll get you back again.
Yes, and I'll see you later.
See you shortly.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mum.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.